So jumping on the back of hugely successful recent AI hardware like the Rabbit R1 and the Humane AI pin, and I say that in jest because neither of those were successful at all. Absolute failures. I would call them
Rousing
major
success.
failures. Major failures. There is a new piece of AI hardware, and this piece of AI hardware is called Friend. So this is from actually, I'll talk about the piece of hardware first. This is designed to be a constant companion, so you're never lonely, hence the name, a friend, if you will. It's a $99 pre-order, requires no subscription, which we'll talk about in a second. It is basically, as you can see for those that are watching here on YouTube, it is a pendant necklace that you wear around your neck. It connects to your phone via Bluetooth. It is basically a microphone on a chain that is listening to you all of the time. It is always listening, which is kind of creepy. All responses are on your phone. There's not a speaker in this, so it does not speak back to you. So basically, it listens to you. It will text you at various moments in time randomly, which in the demo was really creepy. It like gives you affirmations and says, "You got this," kind of stuff. Like it's your friend, right? You can also ask it questions, and those messages come back on your phone as well. This company received $2.5 million in funding, and we'll talk about where that $2.5 million in funding goes here in a second. But first, let's talk about who's behind this. So who made this? This is not a company. This is basically a guy made this. Avi Schiffman made this, a 21-year-old Harvard dropout, which I have no problem with.
Right.
I have no problem with being a Harvard dropout. Lots of very famous Harvard dropouts have been very successful. I'm not sure about this guy. So here's a little history on this guy. Avi previously was a Webby Award winner. So he won a Webby back in, I think it was 2020, during COVID. He created a COVID tracker. So he created this tracker, got a Webby Award. Some things kind of came out afterwards, though, that the data he was getting was actually scraped from an existing website called BNO, and he wasn't actually correlating the data at all. He was just stealing it, basically. And the map that he used, which was the other kind of super cool part on his COVID tracking website, he kind of stole that too from some people, allegedly, that created the map on Reddit. And that was basically his entire site. And he put this thing together, accepted the awards, got to meet Elon Musk in the process and do all this crazy stuff that he got to do and make these other companies. So he's kind of got like, I don't know, I don't want to call him a scammer, but he's kind of got a shady background, let's say, previously to this. So what do you do with $2.5 million when given it for a new startup? Surely R&D, new piece of hardware,
Lamborghini,
manufacturing, Lamborghini if you're really shady. Maybe you think about manufacturing the hardware, something like that. R&D, something along those lines. But no, Avi spent 1.8 million of the 2.5 million on the domain name friend.com. That's right. Friend.com is worth
the Lambo. He just bought a domain.
He bought a domain. Friend.com is worth $1.8 million. At least that's what he bought it for. That's where the majority of this money went. It went to buying the domain. Some people have called this smart in that it's a marketing move, but spending that much of that $2.5 million on a hardware startup seems a little shady to me.
Why don't you get like friend.io or something like that? Like friend.ai. I'm pretty sure AI is a TLD now. Like, what?
Let's see if that exists.
Yeah, well, I'm sure somebody's...
I'm sure it's been bought, but like it's going to be a lot cheaper than $1.8 million.
100% it is. Friend.com is one of the... It must be one of the top kind of like sought after domains, I would think. Obviously, that's why they paid $1.8 million for it. Why they spent all the money on that, I have no idea. There's also a couple of other things going on here. Like, there's another guy who's also creating a hardware startup that is a pendant on a necklace that is also called Friend.
Shut up.
So I kid you not. There's another guy who started a similar startup who claims to have started it before. They're in kind of this like war of words at the moment, and they're talking about having a fight between them, kind of sort of Musk and Zuckerberg style. So strange. Who's signed up? Who's pre-ordered? Anybody? Yeah, $99. You want to pre-order this thing?
I'm just looking for domains I can sell him, because you always need the second level domain.
You do need a sucker to buy your domain, don't you? So this guy might be it.
So friend.sucks is available for $999.
Perfect. What about like friend.ai or friend.io?
Yeah, you can get those. I don't know how much they are. I'm looking through here.
Yeah.
Yeah, significantly cheaper than 1.8 million. I can tell you that
100%.
for sure.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
I owe $12,000, so that's a bargain.
That's
like, like
that is a definite comparative bargain.
I need to buy this one and then upsell him.
Right?
Just telling me he needs all the friend domains.
Needs-
Spend the rest of your money from your Series A funding on other domains that you should forward to friend.com, right?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, so with the massive failures of previous AI hardware in the space, who on earth invests in this? And why do then you then allow that person to spend the majority of that money on a domain name?
Yeah.
Like, does this not just have scam written all over it?
Yeah.
Which
Is it just me?
ChatGPT for sure, or
Well, they haven't said what LLM it is, but 100%.
It's one of them.
And that comes back to the fact that it doesn't have a subscription. It is definitely one of the cloud-based LLMs, no question in my mind. They haven't said which one. It has a cost against it too.
Yeah, I don't know how he's. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if this thing ever comes out. It feels like money grab scam to me, written all over it.
Did Elon announce it? Then it's definitely not coming out.
Maybe he's backing this. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you can give him $99 right now.
2.5 million feels like really low to me, though. Like, I know it's $2.5 million.
I agree.
But like for an investment of like this kind, I would expect a whole lot more than that. But
so maybe there's more funding coming, or the hope of more funding coming, because maybe they don't. Well, clearly, with the money they have left, they don't have enough money to set up manufacturing, right?
No.
So they have to have more money coming in to be able to create manufacturing to actually push this thing out.
well, they have to raise it on Kickstarter or something like that.
Right.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, but they're not. They've just raised it from VCs. So are they just hoping more VCs will come in and fund this thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like the biggest, like, it seems like the area that scammers want to concentrate on at the moment is like AI hardware. It just seems like a big market for just putting out what is essentially a Bluetooth speaker, or Bluetooth microphone, actually, not even speaker.
Microphone.
It doesn't have a speaker,
It doesn't even have, it's a $100 Bluetooth microphone that you strap around your neck. Like, who knows what the battery life is like? Who knows how good it is? We don't know. Nobody owns this yet. It's just, it's a pure demo video. That's it.
And so I don't struggle with mental health issues, like, ever. And I really have a hard time figuring out the kind of person that would need this kind of device. Like, because all it is like listening to you and being like, oh,
that's
that
another
sucks.
good point. I don't know if this is even a good idea.
Right.
Is the idea of having an AI friend even a good idea? I don't know. I don't know if somebody would find that helpful or not. Like, is it good to have like an affirming like voice, even though it's not a real voice, like an affirming text every so often that says, kind of, you got this? Because that's the example that it gives. The example that it gives is that there's a lady walking outside and it recognizes she's outside and it texts her randomly, just says, well, at least we're outside.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like
who needs that?
I don't know. Maybe somebody does, and there is a product market for this.
Sure.
I don't know that there is, but
it's definitely not me. Like, I'm not the target demographic.
Here's the other problem with AI in general, and we'll talk about that in every segment. It's like it has like memory loss. It won't remember everything that you've ever done, like your friend will.
Right.
And you'll never be able to ask, hey, remember that time when we went to that party back in high school?
Well, we know it'll make it up when you ask it that
and
right
you
now.
jumped in the pool.
It's like, yeah.
Well, right now, it'll say,
exactly.
right now, you can give the AI a backstory like that, and it'll say, I remember that. I remember being there, and then Dwayne did this one thing. It's like, dude, you weren't there. It never happened, and you weren't there.
Right.
It's like Chris Farley in that sketch. Remember that? Remember when he did that? That was cool.
Yes. But the AI version of that, I don't know why we want it. I don't know. If anybody's listening or watching that thinks this is a great idea and would actually buy one of these, please leave us a comment, because I'm super interested in who the market is.
Yep.
So here's the interesting thing, because we've actually, like, at my company, we've had discussions about this kind of technology, basically. And there are some people in the company who think that, like, because we develop kids technology, that kids would interact with an AI person and, like, and you can kind of tell how they're feeling based on these interactions. and I was so skeptical until like I launched a support chat on our website, and the amount of kids that chat into our support chat is like mind blowing. And I'm like, oh, you know what? There might be a market for this, because like it's so funny, because like the phone is very locked down, and they can only, like, if they try and open up the web, they can access any of the websites that their parents have entered, or
Whitelisted, yeah.
or the TrueMe website.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know.
So they get the website, and then there's this chat, you know, and so they keep chatting with the chat. But like I send stuff all the time to like the rest of my team, going like, man, kids really bored, because like they'll ask it like, hey, sing me a song about pickles and stuff like that, and I'm like, no, it has like it goes into my KB articles and can tell you stuff about your phone. They're like, it's not ChatGPT. It can't help you with anything other than a problem with your phone. So
maybe that says that
crazy.
there is a thing. Maybe there is a space for this. Maybe we're just the wrong with the wrong people for this.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
Wrong
I don't know.
generation, Maybe.
Yeah.
But I do think human connection is important. I don't think the AI can ever replace that. I mean, maybe if you're having a bad day, you can talk to the AI, but ultimately, it's not healthy.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, because it's
If
always
that's your
going to
only
ultimately
interaction.
agree with you, isn't it? Too. That's the other thing. It's only
Or
ever
tell
going
you to do crazy things. You
Exactly.
never know what
You
it's
can
going to
live in
say.
an
Rocks. Go ahead and eat rocks, and
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
and put glue in your pizza.